Good morning, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, and welcome to this week's weekly energy boost. My name is Elisheva, and I'm here today with Eitan, and we are talking about the energy of quiet confidence and how being a leader doesn't require attention, fame, and fortune. It's simply a connection that we have naturally that we can cultivate and develop. And this is the week that we're going to find the greatest opportunities to do that work exactly. Weekly Energy Boost is a 7-day spiritual weather forecast where we provide our listeners with the most practical and powerful tools to navigate the coming 7 days from the teachings of Kabbalah. And every episode ends up offering up wisdom and tools that you can use any week of the year, any year of your life. And this week specifically has two influences that coincide and allow for a professional development even if it's not in the area of your profession. We're really going to be given moments throughout the week where we can choose to lean into the opportunity, to trust ourselves, to trust the light within us, to trust the connection to the creator, or we can look externally and more often than not be misguided and misdirected. So hopefully after listening to this week's episode, we'll all be equipped with the tools not only to identify those opportunities, but also to take advantage of them in the highest way possible. So Eitan, where should we begin?
So let's start with building confidence, which leads towards leadership. But let's start with building confidence, especially it's Moses' death anniversary and this week. And yeah, and Moses considered to be the most powerful, the most powerful, quiet leader, and very often did not receive the reassurance from the crowd, from the people, from the nation. So, what is this quiet, powerful confidence that all of us needs to build as part of our journey of transformation? So, we all know this feeling when you feel, I can do it. I feel good about myself. Or I feel respect for myself. Or I feel that I'm capable. This feeling, I think it's essential, powerful, very, very supportive feelings to help us to do anything in our life. If it's how do you conduct your business, is how do you deal with challenges, is how do you grow relationship, how do you find yourself in the midst of adversity. So so let's go back to each one of us needs to build these skills and to take them to the next level. Very often we would think that the sense of confidence of I can do it, I trust myself, I believe in myself, I know I have the power, comes from accomplishing things, manifesting things. It might be partially truthful, but not quite, because I've seen many people with major accomplishments in their life, but there's the underlying lack of inner confidence. It's confident that based on I need other to recognize what I've done. Don't you know that's what I've done? That's what I accomplished. So we're here talking about how do you build this inner confidence in a way, believing in your soul, believing that with the help of the light, you can do almost anything that you meant to do. How do you build it? And it all starts with with every time that you're able to act in spite of your fear. Every time you are able to act and to move in a direction in spite of the fact that it's uncomfortable, that experience itself, regardless the results, it's actually a confidence builder. Because confidence is trust that I can do something against my natural tendency, against my easy urge. If fear is the easy urge, if stay lazy is the easy urge, if stay comfortable, whatever it is, the real awakening of confidence is what is spiritually confidence is I find and I believe that the spark of the creator is in me. That's what really, if you go to the bottom line, deep inside of what confidence is about, I know that the creator is source of all good, creating, initiating. Every time you go against fear, against comfort, against gravity, you're creating something opposite of what's easy, opposite of darkness, opposite of comfort. And in that moment, you're actually igniting the creator spark, which is to create, to cause, to initiate. And in that moment, there's a sense of, it's in me. I can do it. I'm not just ruled by my fear and by my comfort, which actually causing the opposite of self-confidence. Somebody handing you $1 billion, or you're just lucky without much effort and without overcoming challenges, internal challenges, to make $1 billion, that will not boost confidence. That will do the opposite, actually. You might create imposter syndrome. So, for me, to build confidence daily is listen to your gut feeling in spite of the doubts. You know what? Let me just do it. Let me just make that phone call. I don't want to commit to do something. I'll commit. I'll go again. Every time you go against your easy urge and you're going for it, sometimes you hear a gut feeling and you go for it and you're aware of the inner struggle, but you choose to overcome, you choose to control, you choose, I feel the fears, but I'll do it anyway. Actually, that spiritually feels wow, with the help of the light, I can do it.
I think it's one of the trickiest aspects of the internal work because whether your nature is to doubt yourself, to be afraid, to feel small or insignificant, or if your default is this is beneath me, I'm better than everyone, or focusing on that arrogance or pride, both are expressions of the ego. And the 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 gift, I think, obviously, it's not a coincidence. It's the month of Pisces. It's the portion of Tetzaveh. It's the week of Moses' death anniversary. All of those influences really support us to looking at wherever we are on the ego spectrum. If it's I'm a zero or I'm the only one that matters, and anywhere in between, everybody's going to fall somewhere between those two poles. This week, I get to decide to change my operating system. And I think that part of what makes it confusing is when I do the type of work that you were describing before, Eitan, when you manage to rise above your personal natural gravity or compulsion to respond in a certain way and you feel good about it, that's not ego. or let's say it doesn't have to be ego driven or ego based, because when we recognize that the light of the creator can do anything, and therefore when I have that connection and I strengthen that connection and I become an instrument of that force, I too can also do anything. Nothing is impossible, not because of my education or my background or my experience or my beauty or my bank account or any of those things, but simply because of my connection to my source, my ability to be a conductor of that energy. And the the dance between I made effort and I saw results versus I made effort and look at what the light manifested in my life, it's a very fine line. To be able to be honest with ourselves when we know that we're doing something to feel good about ourselves, to get validation, to justify our position in a business or in a family or in a relationship versus I know that I'm in this world to take action to express my unique light. And when I guess the more that I diminish the self-centered part of me, again, whether the self-centered is low self-esteem or extreme self-esteem, the more that I diminish that, and to me, when I hear the story, I think this is the portion in the Torah where Moses' name doesn't appear. So if you read it at face value, you think, okay, he was so humble. He was so, nullifying his self, his needs, his wants, his individuality, that he got God to erase him from his book. No, the Kabbalists teach that what Moses was able to achieve is elimination of his selfish needs, of his own insecurities, of his own self-doubt, and being consumed with himself so that he could be a pure channel for the light of the creator. It was in this point in the story where he achieved that I'm one with the light. I'm just an extension of the creator, and I want to be used in whatever way. I know that what I'm saying is very high level and very abstract. I think we can break it down to more practical and tangible examples, but to be constantly through those actions of making the effort, pushing through my discomfort, facing my fears, that what I'm really it's not that I'm eliminating my fears, it's that I'm diminishing my own the hold that the ego has on me every time I overcome that fear, every time that I go against my nervousness, my self preoccupation, and to imagine that the as I diminish the influence of the ego in my life, I create more space within me to receive and reveal light. So it's like if your ego is a balloon and it's taking up space in that vessel that you are here to reveal the light with, the more the balloon shrinks, the more room there is for light. And I know it's a finite example, but to me the visual helps. Like each of those actions where I resist my nature allows me to shrink that balloon and increase my capacity to not only reveal the light, which sounds like one of those very noble, altruistic things, but also for me to experience the light, to experience goodness, blessings, fulfillment, joy, health, happiness, love, all those good things. So it's funny because that sounds like a bit of an agenda. I'm going to eliminate my ego so I can be happier, healthier, more full of light in my life. But the more full and radiant you are, the brighter the world is. So yes, you're the first beneficiary, but with this mindset, you know that you're doing it not for the self alone, but to fulfill your soul's mission and to contribute to the elevation of the entire world. So it's like you have to bring it down to, when I'm having a hard conversation with one of my kids, do I want to say what I want to say? Or do I want to speak the words that are going to reach their heart and create some awakening or opening or realization? Am I attached to my perception of how the outcome needs to be? Or am I willing to let the light flow in the conversation and be open to being wrong and to be open to showing something different? That's an example of, right, allowing my ego to take space in the conversation versus really desiring to put my ego-based expectations to the side and allow the light to work through me.
Beautiful. So I want to bring it down to moments during the course of today that you build a healthy sense of confidence. So, and I want to break it down to moments of appreciation. Moments of appreciation. So you woke up in the morning and your natural tendency was exhausted, tired, and part of you is a little bit into the poor me consciousness. I don't have the energy, I don't have the strength. And you deciding, you know what? I'm going to make decisions contrary to that. I'm embracing the day. I'm looking forward. And because of the decision and your energy, you actually, and even though you go against it, it's not natural, then you feel a breakthrough. You feel, wow, the energy is kicking in. Maybe at the beginning you made an effort to go against that. So in that moment, you need to pause and to appreciate the light in yourself. For light to give you the strength, and for you channeling the strength to go against gravity, because we hear a lot, you should appreciate yourself, you should love yourself. More you appreciate those pinnacle moments, real junctions that actually matter, that you want to repeat more in your, it will stay within you in your real memory what's really important. So this moment of shift of attitude for, I don't have the energy today. You know what? Because I have no clue how the day will be, because I don't have the energy, I'm deciding to actually look forward for the day. And at the beginning, it feels you fake it, and then there's a shift and the energy is kicking in. This is a moment of confidence. In spite of my body takes me down, I went up and I saw the result. Appreciate the creator, appreciate yourself. Then, let's say a major manifestation of a business deal, a major manifestations of a loving moment in your life, a major manifestations of a great email. That's the time actually to work on humility. That's the time to say, thank you, the creator. It only came from you. When you recognize effort, appreciate the creator and appreciate yourself for that. When you recognize results, you've done nothing. Actually, the real effort is appreciate. You don't own it. You didn't create it. It's a gift from the creator. And it's very important to differentiate between these two moments, moment of effort versus moments of results. If you start to associate results in your life, and that's why I love myself, that's why I appreciate myself, then you have a false of appreciations, false sense of who you are. Are you the results? Are you the manifestations? And what if you didn't manifest? And what if you went through some few tough period of rejection in your life? Or you went through some difficult situation with a child, with a spouse, with a friend? It means you are bad, you shouldn't appreciate yourself. So that's very, in the same way, look at this. Let's say you're sharing your life story with your child, and you just tell them, that's the startup that I built. And that's the amazing people that I know and I knew. And this is the amazing speech that I gave. And that's how many people out there appreciating me. What do you think the child will think? Right away, they'll compare, wow, that's so big. I'm so small. The only way I'll be big if I will be appreciated, if I will be known, if I will have the same amount of money, if I will be a huge entrepreneur to at least such a big company. If not, I have no chance. So maybe I don't want even to try. But if the most amount of emphasis as a parent, you speak about those real junctions of life of fear, of overcoming fear. I know, like Moses, he didn't want to speak up. He didn't want to take leadership. So actually, by him going against his nature, that's where the genius me that I need to cherish and to appreciate. Each one of us meant to do something else. You cannot compare oranges to apples. But you can look inside. What the fear for me is maybe fear of speaking up, and the fear for someone else is not listening to intuition and dare to start something new. So that's where we should share those moments of struggles, and it's okay to share. It's okay. It's not an ego trip. That's our purpose in life. The ego trip is to associate your value in accomplishment, which is nothing to do with you. It's the creator made each one of us channel in different ways. But the partnership with the creator is the moment of course, I'm open for the help of the creator. I have the courage to go against nature. And that's what true confidence really is about. And that's what we want to spread. And that's what we want to inhale. And then, and always, and again, be careful, because very often our sense of building true confidence is tested when things are amazing in your life, because that's the time to ask yourself, how do I build true confidence there? Everybody's boosting my confidence. They tell me, wow, you're amazing. Such an amazing Kabbalah teacher. You changed my life, Elisheva. How do you like to hear it? We like to hear it, but if enough experience that if you take it in, can destroy your consciousness. It's nice. People appreciate it. But this is a result. This is not moment of the struggle. Yeah, thank the creator that I could be an instrument. But that's not what defined true confidence, true me, the true spark of the creator within me.
I want to share at the end of the episode a meditation from Karen Berg. But before we do that, I want to maybe you can share for 2 minutes about how to utilize Monday night and Tuesday in general. Is what how do we connect to that energy that Moses has to offer us, specifically Moses, but we every so often in the calendar we come to a day where a powerful soul has left and we can make a connection as part of our spiritual journey to their energy and their support.
Yes, so we as a community and also at home, me and my wife would light a candle, 24 hours candle. And the candle is not just symbolized, it's especially when you light the candle with the intention to connect with the soul of Moses, one of the greatest souls ever lived. And the idea that the presence in death anniversary, according to the lunar calendar, of righteous, elevated soul, it's the time that the soul, while is always around, but is more in the frequency of the world of souls. And in death anniversary is the time that the soul is coming down to our frequency with all imperfection frequency, that beautiful soul, so we can connect to that soul in an easy way. So first, the merit with lighting this candle to connect, because the candle is, even though it's physical, but has spiritual attributes. You can light many candles, you still have, doesn't diminish your own candle. So actually you want to invite the soul of Moses. And then few times during the day, in these 24 hours from Monday night to Tuesday night, pause and think, wow, I would love some strength of Moses, real leadership, real care, from place of humility, not from place of needing the approval from other people. And of course, caring about people. Of course, hearing what people has to say, because sometimes that's how the light communicate with you. But really, one of the idea of connecting to departed souls, Kabbalistically, righteous souls, it's one of the ways we can receive support. We're pretty blinded by our senses and our ego, and that's part of the journey in the test of humanity. And we can receive support from the upper realms, especially in that anniversary. So ask yourself, where do I need to become more like Moses? It's easy to say, where I can become like more the light, but he is a human, physical person that lived in this world and attained such a high consciousness. So it's not just, please help me with the blessing that they need. No, help me to awaken the attributes of the leaders, the true leaders. Channel, what is the ultimate leader? I'm confident I can channel God's energy. I'm confident I can align to what the Creator wants me to do in this world. That's the ultimate leadership. We meant to do something specific according to our soul, and the Creator wants to give it. I'm not leader of my own dreams, the dreams of my soul. What I know I'm meant to do deep inside. I want to do what the Creator wants me to do. That's Moses.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. And I'm excited for everyone who's able to take this opportunity for the first time and experience that support and that energy. Um, I just want to read the short paragraph written by Karen Berg in 2019, specifically about a week just like this, where all the same influences synchronized. And I think it's a very powerful message for us. So as long as you're not driving, you can close your eyes for a second. And in this way, we'll close out this week's episode. In your meditations this week, close your eyes and visualize yourself standing before the morning horizon. Take a deep breath and begin to see the sun slowly lift into the sky. You can feel the warmth building on your face and over your body. With each moment, all dark corners of the land illuminate. The paths of the earth, once not walkable, illuminate and beckon us to finally walk them. Allow this light to remove every fear and doubt throughout your entire being. Allow the light to fill the totality of your heart and feel love flow through it. Allow this great light of the Creator to embolden you into a life of fearlessness. As poet Maya Angelou once wrote, "For what could stand against me, since one person with God constitutes the majority?" May the light of the Creator once and for all remove the fear and doubt that prevent us from loving each other fully with our entire and complete hearts. And on that note, Weekly Energy Boost is available on all podcast platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You can follow us on those platforms to receive even more content to support you in living what we share every week. You can also visit our website, weeklyenergyboost.com, to search through our archives, send us a message, and click the donate button to help make Weekly Energy Boost possible. But as always, your greatest contribution is to share this episode, helping the wisdom and tools reach more ears and more souls, lighting up this planet even more. And we'll see you next week on the Weekly Energy Boost.